One of the biggest recoveries that I've seen in some time, and we can't be surprised. This is exactly why we made the video that we did yesterday. I talked about it twice. Hey, markets are selling off, but do not be confused, right? I wanted to plant the seed because I know a lot of people follow me, especially when it comes down to shorting. I expressed that, hey, although markets did pull back, overall on the larger time frames, markets are incredibly bullish and irrational. They can quickly recover. We've seen it before, the V-shaped recovery. And right at the open in today's live trading session, we saw it all happen live. So markets originally did sell off. So NASDAQ went to go retest. It broke below 600. And then boy, did it make a sharp recovery. But this is the one thing, and this is just my opinion. Please, if you want to continue to go long, be my guest. I still think that markets are weak. I'm just not surprised by this recovery. There's a lot of uncertainty that's beginning to present itself, especially as we go into the weekend with a terrible week for the market. I wouldn't be surprised if we sell off into the close. That's just my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. I've been wrong in the past before. But the thing that I wanted to show you is by staying patient, we allowed the market to push up, become overbought, and then once we saw criteria beginning to be met, we took advantage of a short position. This was, again, my bad because still this short hasn't even fully fulfilled itself. I wanted to show you guys this. I'm down $2,000 on this trade. My position is right around $100,000, or what is it? No, 91,000. So it's not even that big of a position. Nonetheless, it's an overbought reversal. We stayed patient. I want to show you guys the average price. Average price is 24.21. So not a terrible entry. 24.21, which has me right around this general area. This is my stop loss, and this is my potential for profit if markets do begin to sell off. QBTS is an incredibly irrational stock. It could continue to skyrocket. And then at that point, I'm going to have to manage and mitigate risk and cut losses on this trade. But again, markets are now overbought. And based off of this overbought reversal, if markets do begin to retrace, you cannot be surprised if markets or individual stocks like QBTS then do begin to fall. So as of right now, markets are bullish, higher highs, higher lows. I don't want to overcomplicate it. There is no break of structure. There is no break of pattern. It's just a very sharp and quick recovery. So if you are bullish on the market and you think that they will only continue to recover, I wish you nothing but the best. But if you have some doubts and you're in a trade, not an investment, a trade, and you think that, and it's beginning to show signs of a possible overbought reversal, just make sure that you're not leveraged. Take the positions that you want. Just please make sure you don't do it with borrowed funds. You don't want to be borrowing money, more money than you actually have, on a position that's simply going to lose you money. I think that's one of the worst things that you can do during a very uncertain time. So hopefully, for the sake of the bulls, markets continue to recover. But with the way that it was looking during the pre-market session, it looked pretty bad. So we'll see if that momentum continues. But if it doesn't, again, set those alerts. You can't predict the future, but you can always prepare. Set appropriate alerts that make you aware of both sides of, hey, is this thing showing progress on the upside, or is it beginning to reverse and show progress on the downside? Be mindful of your position size and be mindful of the leverage that you are using, if any. I think one of the safest things that you can do is either stay cash or be light in your trades that you take, just in case direction quickly turns against us. I'll make sure that I do my part in keeping you guys up to date with this trade on QBTS, especially if you're part of my LPP team. They get to watch me trade live every single morning. We saw this thing rip up. It was a 17% push from the overall pre-market lows to the overall highs, which was great. It was 18%. Which was great because we stayed patient. We waited for it to show signs of a resistance, and then we opened up a short. I added more to it. I think at one point I was up $2,000. I didn't take profits at the EMA. Obviously my plan was for this thing to make a full sell-off. So now it's bounced and it's began to recover. So then now we're right back to square one. I'm okay with this. It's a trade that I was willing to take. The risk to reward ratios meet my criteria and align with my risk tolerance. Do not take a short just because I'm taking it. This is incredibly risky, and this is not something that you want to do, especially if you have no experience shorting or knowing how to manage or mitigate risk. But again, a very exciting time to be watching the market. And for those that are a little bit newer, maybe hold back on the aggressive trades that you're thinking about trading, because again, one moment we're selling off, another moment we're quickly recovering. Who knows how the market ends up closing? So alerts are set. I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. I wish you guys an amazing Friday. And like I've said before, when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team. Happy Friday.